In this video, I will be talking about Tony Hawk Pro Skater gameplay details. Also, yesterday, I talked about the multiplayer of the game. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Before I start the video, I want to let you know I'm giving away a copy of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. What do you need to do to win it? Like the video, go subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links are in the description. I'm the very first person to talk about these THPS remake details, so let's get started. All the information I'm about to tell you right now comes straight from Victoria's vision, so I don't really have the gameplay for all of it, but it's all a fact. Back on the PlayStation 1, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 got released, but back then we didn't have any joysticks on our controllers, so we weren't able to move our camera. There were no camera controls, but in this THPS remake, we will be able to control the camera in our game. The game has been out for 20 years, and I saw a video of Jack Black and Tony Hawk, and you can really see that these guys, wow, they really did age. All the characters, all the skaters in the game will also be 20 years older than they were in the very first version of the game. Some of the levels in Tony Hawk Pro Skater Remake were at nighttime. Like you see right here, the warehouse is full of light. They swept every single level around to daylight. The lighting, the shadows, and the structures in this Tony Hawk Pro Skater Remake look absolutely stunning, and every single level has its own color scheme. Everything that's designed for this game looks really smooth, and at the right top of the screen you can see the stance for the skater, the way the skater is standing on his board. There will be new challenges and objects added to the original career mode, but what will be added is not announced so far. In yesterday's video, I showed you which soundtracks will be added and which skateboarders will be added to the game. I personally think that it would be really awesome if you do have the possibility to add your own songs to the soundtrack playlist. If you also have any cool ideas for the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake, let us know down below in the comments. If you do pre-order Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake, you will get the warehouse level that we're all waiting to play. You will get a demo before the game does release as well, and obviously I will be playing that demo right here on the channel, so be sure to go ahead and check that out once that video is up. The very first thing that we will obviously do when we have the game in our hands is we will go ahead and do the career mode. Play the career mode and basically get ourselves a skater and get started finishing all the levels. All the levels will have certain challenges, just like we saw in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, the original games. And like I said, some objects and challenges will be added later on. Also, there are tricks like a reverse and doing certain moves that you are just really used to if you have been playing the full series, every single game of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Well, actually guys, Tony Hawk himself said certain moves like a reverse after a big ramp jump, they will be adding that back into the game because some of these tricks are just really in our system. I also have more information about the CreateAPark details that I will be discussing right here on the channel tomorrow or the day after, so stay tuned. Well, I can only say that the information I got on that is absolutely insane and really promising. I will also make a video on all the tricks that will be added to this new Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake. I'm actually really curious what kind of challenges and objects that they will add to the original career mode, and maybe there can also be difficulty levels so we have more reasons to keep on playing. The career mode is going to look kind of the same as the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, where you have to go ahead and do a lot of challenges, like for example collect all the letters of skate like we used to do in the original games. When they said they wanted to add more objects, I'm not really sure if they mean the objects that we have to collect, these collectibles that you can find in every single level, like the spray can, the pilot wings, those subway tokens, and obviously the Liberty bells that you can collect throughout all of the levels. There were also challenges where you had to interact with the levels themselves. For example, in the school where you have to wall ride the school bells off 5 pieces of them in total. All of these challenges have to be done in only one run, meaning that you have 2 minutes to complete all of these challenges where you have to interact with the world. For example, you have to go ahead and jump over hydrants or jump over a couple of hobos. And of course, all the levels have their own individual challenges as well. For example, jump 4 gaps, where you have to jump from one half pipe to the other half pipe, or go ahead and grind 3 rails in the school. These challenges are different in every single level. Also, in every single level, you need to find a hidden tape. Neversoft did hide this tape in the level. Once you got it, you can continue to the next challenge. Getting the 6 score is one of the hardest things to do in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. This is a challenge that is all about getting the highest score as possible. And for this map, Philadelphia, I needed a score of 250,000. 250,000 is the highest score that you will need to complete in the game. This is also the final last level I'm showing right here, Philadelphia, for those who don't know or don't really remember clearly. After this level comes the bull ring. Alright, so I did get the score eventually, over 250, nearly 300,000 points. For every single challenge that you complete, you will get an amount of cash, and when your total cash amount is high enough, you can go ahead and go to the very next level. There's also a challenge that's called complete all the goals. So those are the challenges, and find all the cash in the game. And if you've done that, you completely finish the whole entire level. To continue the career mode, you have to go through competitions. For example, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 had 3 different competitions where you have to try to get a highest score as possible every time that you build. So when you fall, you will lose points on that. And like I said, they don't only look at your score, but they also look at your failures. You will get a total of 3 runs to complete this competition, and the 2 best heats will actually count as your end result. So like I said, to go to a certain new level, you have to go ahead and get a higher total cash, but you don't have to necessarily be first to continue in the career mode. Certain levels have secret areas, and also the competitions include the gas challenge that I talked about before. I will keep you guys up to date with all the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake information and news. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe and turn on those post notifications to do not miss any video. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the description. If you did all of that, you have a chance to win a copy for the game. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the new Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake video. This was Cheese. I'm out. Peace.